Hey everybody, yeah, it's Sunday afternoon, Labor Day weekend, big holidays tomorrow. I came out here to where the swimming hole is. A lot of people out here in the park, but fortunately this table's down here, sort of away from everybody. You may hear some howling and screaming in the background. People picnicking in the shelter house. A lot of people swimming. So yeah, it's a hot, sticky day. It's in the 80s. It's not quite as bad as it's been, but still pretty bad. Today I'm going to do another beer from the Kalona Brewing Company, that brewery I visited a while back. I hope you watched the video of that visit. I was sort of impressed with the four beers I tried when I was there, so I went ahead because they're starting to can some beers, and apparently this is the first one they've canned. They're Sucha Much IPA. As it says, as a tribute to Paul Cebar and the Milwaukeeans, we named our IPA Sucha Much after hearing their really cool tune live. A huge thank you and a tip of the hat to Paul Cebar for letting us use the name Sucha Much. I never heard of him, but I went and checked some YouTube videos. I found some music. I never did find that particular song that this beer is named after, but sounds like some pretty good music. The guy seems like a pretty decent guitarist, so thank him for that. So a little bit from the website. It says the keynote speaker is big hops with 5 malts to bring in the balance. Did I mention hops? As a tribute to Paul Cebar and the Milwaukeeans, we named our IPA Sucha Much after hearing that really cool tune of theirs live, like they've got on the can. A huge thank you and a tip of the hat for Paul Cebar for letting us use the name. 7.1% ABV. No IBUs listed anywhere. Nothing on the can. No date on the can. So let's get this Sucha Much. And it happens every time I open this. You get foam right out of the top of the can. Let's get it poured. Now I did buy a 6-pack of these, and I've had the other 5, so I have an initial opinion, but let's see if my opinion changes after drinking this last can here. Managed to get everything in. Got a couple fingers of a ivory colored head. A lot of small bubbles, really foamy looking. Got a clear dark gold color. Obviously not bottle conditioned or anything like that. It's not hazy or anything. It's pretty clear. A moderate amount of carbonation streaming up, so decent looking for an IPA. So let's get a nose on it. I said get a nose on it, not in it. Okay, you're getting butter and some citrus and maybe like cucumber, some like weird sour, almost sour floral notes in there. There's something else there like sweaty gym socks almost, not the ones that have been sitting for a while in the locker, but the ones you take off just before you jump in the shower. They're kind of freshly sweaty. Not a really. Oh, and did I mention butter? There is a lot of butter on this nose, but it's not a really auspicious start for sure. There might be some sweet, grainy notes in there, and like a mild mix of like some fruit and light pine, maybe a little lemon, but butter. That's what I'm getting, so let's get a taste up. Okay, you're getting some caramel, some toasty notes right up front, and then, surprisingly enough, butter. And it's followed by a little bit of citrus, like lemon, maybe a little grapefruit, and some almost They're pretty strong medicinal type notes. It's sweet and bready. Got a bunch of citrus in it, but it does have kind of a citrusy, bitter, dry finish. But there's an odd mix right out front of like some sweetness with almost like salt, and then those floral hops that I mentioned on the nose, the weird sour floral hops. And oh, did I mention butter? But yeah, it's like bitter flowers, maybe with a little sweet apple in it, but mostly bitter flowers, and there's butter all over this. So far, not so good, but and the body is fairly light, almost watery. It's got a slick, dare I say it, buttery entry, and a light carbonation that kind of leads to a fairly astringent, fairly dry finish. But anyway, let me sit. I will sit and sip on this a while, and I'll come back in a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, I'm back. It's only been 15-20 minutes. I'll tell you, I've been drinking on this, sipping on it. It's a 7.1% IPA. It should be easy drinking. This is not easy drinking at all. Between those weird floral notes and that, again, I'll say it, buttery note, that's the only way I can describe it. This is not a really good IPA. It's not very well balanced, not very well blended. I would like a few more citrus notes, not some of those sour, floral, medicinal type notes. Definitely not all that butter. I'm assuming that's from some malt or something, but I can't describe it. That's the only way I can describe it, as buttery, just overly buttery. I'll give him thanks for introducing me to Paul Cebar. I liked his music. What I saw on the what I watched on YouTube was pretty darn good music. I never did find that particular song that this beer is named after, but yeah, this isn't for me. It's like I said, it's unbalanced, not at all pleasant at all, just not pleasant at all. So I'm going to give and I'm disappointed, because the beers were fairly solid. I mean, for a new brewery, that I got to give them credit. I mean, they've been brewing for a little over a year, and their brew pub hasn't even been opened a year, and the food was good, and the 4 beers I tried were good. This may be better on tap. I don't know. I probably won't try it again, but I'm going to give the Sucha Much IPA from Kalona Brewing Company. New brewery here in Iowa, so I wish them the best. I'm going to give it a 5.5. It's drinkable, barely. Not quite a drain pour. I'll probably, like I often do, if there's beers left over, take it home and give my wife a taste, and she'll oftentimes be very close to me on her opinion of it. I don't think she's developed palate enough to detect all the differences, but she either likes it or she doesn't, and I have a feeling she won't like this one either. So 5.5 out of 10 for the Sucha Much IPA. It says heavenly beers brewed by mere mortals. Well, I think they in my opinion anyway, they need to do some work on this. So Sucha Much IPA, 5.5 out of 10. I do not recommend it. I won't be buying any more, so till next time, everybody, cheers. And let's keep trying to drink good beers.